Alright, so I'm doing this one take, but this is a general overview of a VOD review specifically for fights and takes. I'm doing this in Control because it's the easiest way to display fights without me having to edit together a bunch of clips of won and lost fights from multiple hours of footage. This can condense it straight from the stream. So, a VOD review, in the simplest way to put it, is looking at a video or a VOD, a previous recording of your gameplay, and looking over what you did to see what you did right, see what you did wrong, and have a critical but non-self-deprecating way of correcting your gameplay. And a VOD review is something I've used, whether it was I was doing scrims in Apex, I was doing tournaments in Destiny or Halo, playing ranked in any of those games at a very high level or even at a low level. I've done a lot of VOD reviews for small communities and stuff like that. VOD reviews are incredibly impactful upon your mental of looking how to improve outside of just, oh, I have the capabilities to be able to improve, so I'm now going to, find another way to possibly even further my improvement. So when I'm just scrubbing through here, I'm just going to be looking for gunfights and things like that. I do nothing, weapons are set up, whatever else. It's not going to matter that much. This is Control. I'm not looking at a Apex in a Apex ranked setting. That'll be another video. Moving forward, just looking at how I engage into fights here at the very beginning. My first thought is, okay, they're taking B, so now I want to look at, I just set up my weapons, whatever else. So I know, currently right now, they are taking B, which means they're going to probably have people outside B, outside here, and people coming up from A. So while I'm looking here, my entire goal is just to find what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, and what I can continue with. So, as I move forward, I go, okay, I hear people that are on the zipline to the right, move over. There's two people right here, teammates here, teammate here, and I have no visibility on my left. So, I move forward. Arc Star just to break them up, because I know my teammates can take them. Kill one. Next one, I'm missing. While I'm here, I see there's bullet trails. So my first thought is, there's someone over to my left. My correction goes, okay, I missed my shots, whatever. I have one enemy here, and then you saw in the lower, there's an enemy here, and there's not much else that you can see on the screen. But I know I have an enemy directly in front of me, and no others in my visibility besides one very low. So, I target the enemy very close to me. Don't quite get the kill, but that's fine. Move forward. I use my scan. I'm just using Bloodhound because he's an easy character to be able to sort of look this off on. All I have is this one enemy, so I know I can fully engage for free, no issues. Now, as soon as I jump down, my eyes are up here. I know where my enemy is. My eyes are up here, checking. When I see nobody's there, they're back down here on the enemy. Jump down, get my kill. I'm immediately back up. That is a perfect positioning on finishing a kill. I know they're going to be spawning up because we just killed a couple more of them. So I'm running back, making sure that I'm not personally putting myself in danger. The goal is to lane behind cover as much as possible, not have opportunities to get shot. That's why I stay over here and keep my eyes here. I listen, there's more shots up top here. Just throw a couple of shots in, I don't know if I can hit. I heard right there. I can go back here. I heard right behind me. Right there in the background, that little chunk noise that comes from the bottom left, that is a Pathfinder zip. So I know immediately, I'm turning around, I hear him zipping up. Grapple's right here. I'm going to be looking, following the grapple path. But I'm keeping myself angled here so I don't get shot. So I stay next to the wall. I only strafe to be able to get a better angle, because if I'm right in front of him, he can beam me. Get the kill. I'm moving on. Now, one thing to note is that with this kill, I switch run. I know he's coming for me. I get this kill. I check left. First thing I do is I look for any immediate enemies here and any enemies here in the back line. I see nothing else. There's no horizon list, no other grapples, no other enemies that I can see. So I know that since nobody's there, I can turn back around to where my teammates are. No enemies are immediately approaching, and I hear people in the middle here. They go, okay, since there's going to be people walking up because you just got a bunch of kills, they're on the far side, I need to now be playing for my teammates. As simple as finding my engagement, knowing where I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Don't see anybody else, and I don't want to get caught up in a huge spawn point, so I walk back because now C is being taken. As I'm walking up here, I see one enemy here, nobody on the left side, nobody in the middle. So I know I can confidently engage behind here so long as he doesn't hear me. You just slide across, I know that now C is contested, not being retaken, but I saw it was blue earlier. So now I can walk up here and possibly go help my teammates if they need. It's just a quick cleanup and kill. Nothing like fancy. Walk back around. And my next thought is now that C is back to being blue, I'm not going to continue on C because I have 2 teammates there. 1, 2. And then B has its own worries. And so right now I'm going back to my position on A because they have extra mobility with the zipline grapple. I'm making sure that I am sectioning myself off as much as I possibly can and focusing on getting my space. I just get with what I have, and I hear there's footsteps in front of me, shots to my right. So immediately I'm looking, seeing if enemy is approaching. On the right side, I'm walking forward here. I see one enemy up front, shots here, and someone is being shot down over here. So I know there's a potentially 2, if not 3 enemies here. I'm immediately going to try and isolate the fight to where I can only see one of these guys and not get killed by all of them. So, walk around, side of the boxes, I scan. So now I can confirm there's only 2 enemies. See, as I move closer, so here you can see, as I'm walking over, I scan. One here, right? Now, watch as I move forward. I keep moving left. I see this guy is still moving right. So I move left here while still watching this enemy. I keep moving left. I keep him there behind the box because so long as there's no visibility on him, he will not be able to shoot me. So I'm still trying to get a finish on this kill. I notice I won't be able to get it, so I back up. I look directly for the next player in my sightlines. There's a couple shots. It's fuse. I need to run because once the stick's gone, I'm good. I just whiff. There's a couple of shots. Little bit of a recording issue. Come back to it. I get the kill. Unfortunate glitch in the recording. I can receive it. Alright, fix itself. So here, right in that corner, all I did was another line of sight thing. I was pushed against the wall, looking upwards in that corner, making sure that I wasn't going to get killed. I hear one footstep bottom left, so somebody's behind me, and there's footsteps to the right here. So I need to be moving. I'm checking. I miss a couple of shots on the Wraith. I look at the Wraith. I'm getting shot. Moving. Some guy took the lift in the back here. There's another enemy up here, this fuse. So I turn and I see him, and so I go, I need to run. I'm going to get killed again. I scan, so go around back here. I think I'm safe. This is a positioning issue. Right here, I'm going to get hit, and there's 2 people looking at me. If I go to the left side here, I may be safe, but I'll get shot if he's still on the high ground. So I try and move left, see what I can do. I'm still getting hit. I don't hear the footsteps because of Apex's audio issue, but I immediately notice the Wraith running across. Turn around, put what shots in that I could. I get sectioned off, and like I said, they were still on height, so shots came in this way while they looped around this way. There wasn't much I could do last in that fight. Another option would have been to run back here. I could have got shot there as well. That was kind of backed into a corner. More enemies respawning. There wasn't much that could be done about the death. It was played fairly well. The better option, rather than challenging those stairs, would have been when I'm back over here facing this Wraith. The better option would have been, I can't see the fuse here. I still don't see him here, but the better option would have been to run to the right, possibly get high ground or stay on that rock. Because I have this teammate here. I should have waited for teammate to engage. Not much I could do there, but that's a good example of how to take that fight. Now, scrubbing on to the next fight. Go back here. All I'm doing is, another taking note. They have A. Nobody's currently challenging B. So I hear shots to my right. I need to know what I'm doing. There's at least 2, possibly 3, because I can guarantee 2, because there's a charge rifle, and somebody popped a bloodhound ult, and there's someone getting off of the zipline. The bloodhound ult and zipline could be the same person. So I know there's at least 2 people. I want to know how many. I hit a bloodhound scan. There's 3 people up top, 1 person coming up. So I need to break up this fight in a way that allows me to capitalize on killing them without having this person down here killing me, this person down here having angles on me, but being able to break up these 3 up top, because we have a bow, we have what looks to be a flatline, and then the charge rifle. So I need to get this kill for my team. I throw the grenade. It doesn't hit anybody, but it breaks them up. I section the guy closest to me. I don't get the kill, but he's close. I'm immediately moving on right because I'm getting shot on the left side. So now it is a 4v1 that I'm in with teammates shooting on the top, of course. So I know that I can stay here on this side because they will not peek because my teammate's here. So I sit here for a second. I go back around because I hear footsteps. He's dead. There's still people behind me. So I go back to my safe corner and I climb because they're not going to be expecting the climb up when there's this open area here or the walk around. There's still the people here though, so I'm taking a different angle. I go for the kill, and as soon as that kill is done, I'm back to my safe corner. I drop down because I hear the footsteps of an enemy above me, and I'm watching this entire ridge right here, seeing if there's anybody. I check around because they can also come on that top backside, but it's as simple as just wanting to make sure that I don't have somebody who's going to capitalize on me being out of position there with that drop down. I'm back over to my cover, looking for a kill. Just seeing my drop down. He zip lines. I hear there's a second person coming because of that zip line. So I section off one fight. I assume, one thing I will note here is that, so I hear the second zip line and the Valk. So I assume they're right here, if not flying up top on the barricade here. So when I step up, I see one's here and I see this Pathfinder there. I stay back and I keep distance between here and there because I don't know if the enemy is dropped there. I get my kill and then I move around assuming someone's going to be there. Nobody is there, so I have the space to take. I hold myself off on the right side and I now know they're all below. 1, 2, 3 enemies, and there's possibly more behind. Teammate is shooting left. So all I'm going to do is put in what shots I can, and of course mistake a teammate for an enemy, but it is what it is, and I look back now because my teammates are going to handle that fight. I can't engage in that fight because I will give up my position on the zipline here. I hold my position and I wait. Throw a bunch of random shots in here. It's not really going to matter as much because this is just putting in damage for the sake of damage, and do what you can. Nothing that I personally can put forward and say is going to like be meaningful, but putting in shots, it's infinite ammo. It's control. Control is treated heavily differently than other video games. Other game modes. One enemy here, one teammate. I don't want to go out of position because I know they're spawning up. My team has been getting a couple of kills, so I throw a thermite grenade and I hope that my teammate gets the kill. My teammate dies, so I know there's somebody behind me and around. So now I'm back to looking. They have a new zipline and new positions open. Watching one person up top, I scan to my right. So I can help out this teammate that's currently losing this fight. Now there's 3 people, 1 below, 1 far. So I don't stress and worry about this engagement anymore. I look back. Someone's up on my side. I'm not going to worry about that. Someone on my left side. No footsteps. Nothing you can do about that. I'm missing a bunch of shots, and I'm starting to choke, so I swap weapons. I slide down, because now the Valkyrie has come up behind me. Once again, no audio on the climb up. That's just an Apex problem. I slide around. I have a safe corner. I don't know if anybody's to my left here, but I'm playing my best for the safety up top. I'm making sure they have the least amount of visibility, and I'm strafing to the left here, because they're going to walk around. They jump down. Their mistake, so I capitalize on the height here. I slide. Now, I didn't expect the second person. I wasn't going to win this fight anyway. This is my starting health at this fight. This person is essentially full shields. I'm just going to lose that fight. Second person there or not, that's just going to happen. It's unfortunate, but that was me being out of position there. I could have slid back further into that corner or even slid down and off to that same safe angle, the one right here. It's me just spamming waiting for another res. So here, all right, let me pull back a little bit. So as I'm looking for weapons and stuff to grab here, I'm walking forward. I see immediately, after spotting weapons, one enemy here, one enemy here. This is being capped. So I'm going to look at moving to where safest cover is here, because nobody's going to be able to get me in this corner unless they drop down, and they will drop one at a time because they are so far apart. So I move down left. I don't have the scan for my teammates. I throw an arc star. It misses. It meant to hit the pole so that I could break them off and I could section off the fights. Now my job is to be able to, one, this teammate that just died, the teammate right here that just died, I'm going to now need to section off the gunfight. I killed one guy with my arc star, so it worked. It didn't hit where I wanted with the upper pole. Then I see I have one enemy here and then shots. So there's another enemy left. I realize I'm going to get hit by this person on the left, so I go to the left. He's in front of me. I just have to win this fight. That's all I can do. Now I'm holding this angle and position closely because I have 2 teammates here. All I'm doing is making sure that I can play this angle with the least amount of damage taken. Teammates there. I'm out of position here. I know that I cannot move up here. I shouldn't move up. This is me being out of position. This is bad because we can go back just a second. I have one enemy here, and this guy up top here. So when I move, there's this guy here, and then a guy in the back. Not much I can do with that. I realize there's still more that I don't know that are here. So, I'm going to be out of position. I'm dead. There's the third guy who killed me. That was a problem. I was so low health. I was perfectly fine and safe staying in the back there. I was getting kill thirsty. That was an issue. So, another note for me, stay in the back when there's possible other issues. Let's see. And we're just going to be moving up to the next fight. Just 1 second. Sorry, I had to make sure my tool is correct. So, when I'm sliding down here, I have one enemy in front of me, one enemy climbing up, and I know there's enemies behind me because it's getting captured here. Ignore the arrow. That's a beautiful arrow. It's a lovely arrow. We love it. Yo, I try and hit the shots that I can. I realize it's not worth my time. I'm just going to turn around because right now I'm whiffing shots. I'm holding my mouse a little tight. I come in crouched because there's that ult, but I stand immediately knowing this field. There's one enemy here. There's one that I thought was to my left. There's one enemy here. A Mirage clone that I thought was an enemy. And somebody back here because I see the shots. So, I section them off as best as I can. Look for the one. This guy has come out of the thermite. Despite, better judgment. Heal him. I now know there is the two people still left side. So, one person I'm shooting at here. And I know there's going to be somebody right behind me. So, one right behind me. One to the right side. One over here. It's very split-second scene. This is now, I am finding this cover. I am backing up. I'm staying crouched. My teammates can take care of it. And I'll get up to stay saved. I get out immediately. I don't worry about what I'm doing. And now I back off. It's just simple as, hey, I need to make sure that I'm split. I need to make sure that I don't get into a situation where then there's a possibility of me, having all my movements taken advantage of. I say for safety, I have cover while I'm healing. Go back up to check to see if the enemy's still there. Walk into the walls and fences while there's enemy pings my bottom left. I'm just clearing the fences and looking for opponents at the moment. I hear there's a zip line left side. I don't know if that's bottom or top. That's just Apex audio layers. So, as I move around, I'm now looking. Nobody's there on the two zip lines I know. I hear them. They're now on these bottom zip lines here. So I know where to angle and look. They're just down below, just trying to put in shots where I can. I don't see other enemies, so now I'm looking. I'm looking for more. There's only this one guy. I get fuse ulted. I'm like, alright, I'm just going to walk through it because no one has angles on me. And I'm just going to sit in the back and see what I can do. Look for more enemies. A new zip line is put up for me. He just gets killed. And now I'm holding off. This is just me making sure that I can see, but not having too many open angles where I can get killed from. I see one new enemy to the right here. And I know that my team's capping here. So they're going to be running back to this point to be able to cap. So now I'm just looking for where I can find more fights. Looking where I can section it off. So I have one enemy, second one shooting here, some guy running back here. I see all these guys. I now want to look and focus. We have this being recaptured. I'm scanning to see where these enemies have moved. I have 4 people now, so I missed one that was down on the bottom shelf. This guy's approaching me. I know they're here, so I want to take an angle to where my teammate and I can look at this guy, and then I can shoot my teammate. Well, not my teammate, but enemies around him as soon as he comes up. So I'm looking around. I'm popping my ult because I want to be aggressive as soon as I can. He's left to go back to the fight, and there's enemies that I saw left side. I realize I can't help teammate there because he's in there, so I'm with my team here. Move in. There's just more people to be killed here. We have a bunch of shots because what else are you going to do? Run back because now I have 4 zip lines. This is getting kind of crazy, but control's control. With that, then, I'm like, alright, this is one enemy I can put shots in. There is 2 enemies to my right and 1 on the back corner. So now I need to section myself off to be safe. So I'm running, and now I have the team above. 3 people here, and I know there's still the enemy that I need to try and kill above. Otherwise, I'm dead. I go, I'm overextended. I'm getting shot at. I'm turning around. I drop because this is my safety corner. Nobody up here can get around this corner without peeking multiple teammates. So I'm safe here. I'm sticking with my team, and I'm laning. I stay right next to the cover. I just try and get my angles. I'm like, okay, I'm backing up. I can run back here to make sure that I regen and heal. I just look for more kills now because I know there's still 3 around this rock. I get shot again. Now I'm just out of position. I should have ran back here. This is a big issue, is now I'm taking unnecessary damage. My shield was already broke. What I need to do is, when my health is low here, get back to cover. This is a common problem. It happened to me when I was playing in Destiny a lot, is that I'd over peak just to try and get a kill. And now I have 3 people laning me. I'm dead. And that's me getting punished for my issues here. Now, this fight, lovely. Held my key down. This fight's a little interesting. I walk in, I'm like, hey, what can I do now, you know? Because they've captured here, so enemies are going to be walking up through this direction and through any of those 4 zip lines, right? So 2 head to the top, 2 head to the, like, above B. So I hear there's a zip line get off, and there is a jump pad, so they're going to bounce somewhere around here. They're going to walk in. I go AFK. I needed to go talk to somebody or something, I think. So I just sit here, it's whatever. So I just don't have information on any of the fight here. When I get back to looking at my computer, I'm like, hey, I'm scanning. It was a bad scan. There's 2 enemies here. I had no information on this, so I'm now capitalizing on a situation where I have nowhere. 1 enemy, 2 enemy. It's a good luck. I throw my stick. I head back around the corner so I don't get hit by my arc star, and then I wait. Now that they're gone, I hear there's a shot behind me that doesn't sound like an enemy, and there's more shots in front of me. So I focus on front of me because that's where teammates are. Then I focus on behind because there's only 1 enemy. I don't want to get caught in the open when there's a second person shooting behind. I get shot from behind again. I go back to my corner. I realize I need to peek with the teammate here. Teammate's going to die. 2 people. I just whiff shots. What happens, happens. Go for the kill. What I do getting on top of the box is whether they were here or whether they dropped. This box has angles on both of them, and they can't play around the side of the box. I'll have high ground, which is a lot harder to be able to aim around. So I work around the box. I drop with them, because if they're Valk and they already use their thrusters, which they did instead of climbing over, they have a delay period. So I just run after them, because when I see Valk, I know I can push a little more. Enemy that I didn't hear at all. I thought it was a teammate, in all honesty. Kill him. Jump pad. So this guy's gonna bounce again. Gonna walk in. There's another new person I'm hearing on the zipline here, so I'm positioning myself to where I can shoot either of these people, but I have easy cover from the stairs on the side. And then I have my teammates, so I work around them. So see here, I just leave the space open for teammates. Rest in peace, my recording issues. So 1 enemy, 2 enemy. I don't know where the 3rd is. Well, in this, you can see the 3rd zip here, but I didn't see the 3rd immediately when I was playing, so I was like, okay, I'm going to section off these guys. That guy's gone. There's a charge rifle from out here, and this guy down here is going to die because there's 3 teammates pushed at him. So I'm going to walk up and see what I can do to take space here. The Pathfinder from before drops. I'm sorry, the Octane from before drops. So now he's dead by teammates. There's another guy I hear zipping up. So I keep my cover. I realize I can capitalize on this. I don't want to get shot by the charge rifle guy on my side. I miss climb. But here, all I'm doing is I'm not going up too high. Because if I go too high, 1, I can get shot by this. And 2, the charge rifle from over here can shoot on me easier. So I keep myself low to the ground to be able to move. I move forward because I don't want the charge rifle on me. And I have angles on these zip lines here. This allows me to just take my aggressive cover. This is me checking with the same people. AFK again. And now I'm back to it. No immediate enemies. I walk back up. It's just as simple as making sure that I can see who's there. 1 enemy, 2 enemy in the far back. I see nobody else here. So I know I can keep myself sectioned here to walk to the right if I want to make sure that I can get cover, because it'll also give me cover from this in case people peek. But keep firing. Just try and challenge the charge rifle. It's a stupid ego chow, but the game's almost over, so I'm not caring as much. 1 person in the back. There's a person to the left with a charge rifle. I'm trying to make sure. Now I walk forward. This guy in front of me is dead. Guy in front of me dies. Now I'm just walking up forward because I'm not caring as much, but I know that nobody was immediately spawned. 1 enemy. This is just overcommittance because there's people shooting me from behind. I stayed way too long committed while I was trying to kill that guy. Now, here's really important. I'm trying to keep myself open. I like this jump pad. I like the movement I have with it, and I need to heal. So I keep myself in general rangeless rock and the jump pad. I'm around, peeking. I'm looking for angles. Enemy comes from the right side. My immediate thought is I need to go to cover. So I'm backing up to cover while shooting and crouching. Just making sure I have as much survivability as possible. Re-peek because we're both low. Blue shields hit cracked. Okay, so they're dead from my teammate. I bounce on this because the game's almost over. scan. From here, what I do is I back up to the rock, and I stay between the rock and me. I make sure that I can actually live. That's kind of it. The game's over. But that was just the fun of it. I was making sure this is a game with a lot of mistakes in it that are easily correctable, but the things that I wouldn't directly notice right off the bat. So now I have the ability to just go and look back over this. I can do this with clips. I can do this with long, multiple hour streams. I literally can go and just go notes and go to the notepad, and I can create like a, Apex common issues. And then one thing I can do is like out of position / cover. And then I can just straight up just do tally marks. So like 1, 2, 3. I can do, abilities overused. Here I didn't really have the kind of ability over usage, but say you're on somebody like Octane and you keep stimming to where you're like half health in every fight because all you want to do is run in. That can be an example of how your abilities become a detriment to yourself. Things like that I would heavily recommend if you're going to keep VOD reviewing. VOD reviews are incredible for what you have. So, thank you very much. This is just the first. I'm going to have a series for ranked. I'm going to have a series for high kill pub games. I'm going to try and focus on possible other games. These VOD reviews hopefully are going to help all you guys out as well. Alright, I'll catch you guys next time.